Okay. Alright, so we're going to try again. Give me just a second, I want to test this out. Okay. Alright, let's see what it sounds like this time. Alright, let's see what it sounds like this time. Alright. Awesome. So we are back live and hopefully sounding a whole lot better. So once again, we will start all over again. This is Valheim. This is a survival game um, based in Norse mythology, action adventure. It's been a fun game. It's great. I have gotten through several bosses with my friends on our primary game server. So I just wanted to kind of throw together some tips and tricks that I've learned and kind of go through some of the early games so you can kind of understand live how to go through this game and how to set yourself up early game and get prepared. As you can tell, you've got a bird that will give you hints. I don't want to get into huge spoilers, but basically he tells you different things you can do, helps you along the way. You start off here, um, which will tell you where the first boss is. Which this instance, it looks like he is right over here, which is pretty cool. Um, we're gonna. He keeps on telling you to get things. We're just gonna kind of burn through this really fast. You're gonna want to get wood and stone just to start off. Beat up some trees, punch them as hard as you can. Some small things. Pick up some branches, get some stones. You'll learn new stuff. As you can tell, main thing is I'm just trying to get a stone axe so that I can get started. So, picking up branches and rocks. Ooh, okay. It's on the side of a hill today. So these are, biomes that are. Woo, oh no! These are biomes that are designed specifically per seed, so they're kind of semi-randomized, as they call it, kind of like Minecraft. You have a seed number for every server. You have a stamina bar, but I want to get into the tips and tricks if I can get off of this mountain. So, as you can tell, without stamina, it makes it a lot more difficult. You increase your stamina by eating food and by drinking different things. So you're no matter what, you don't really level up to the point where your health goes up. You actually eat food to get better health. You drink mead to get yourself some resistances and abilities. And I'll show you that here in just a minute. Once I get just a little bit more wood. I get some raspberries too. Now, the raspberries actually play into one of my early game tips. Don't, unless you have to, eat your raspberries or blueberries. Unless you absolutely have to. The reason to this is because that they do take some time to gather. a little bit easier than meat, because as you can tell, there are boar and deer aplenty, and they drop raw meat, which will give you a really good boost in health. You have graylings here, which, with graylings, they give us resin, which is what we need to make torches. So we're just going to gather a whole bunch of stuff here. You have a weight capacity. So I'm just going to keep on doing this. This bird will keep on popping up and telling me different things. Basically, you can never go below a certain amount of hunger. You see that gray line off to the side here? That is your minimum hunger, so you never get more hungry than that currently in the game. So we've gotten ourselves some wood, some raspberries, a little bit of meat. Hunting deer is a little tough until you make yourself a bow, which is another one of my early game tips. Make a bow and arrows as soon as you can. So one of the first things you definitely want to do is get a home going, get a fire going. Start cooking up some meat. Start getting some rest, which is a big thing I did not really pay attention to when I was first playing. When I first started playing, I didn't pay attention to rest. Rest is actually an extremely great ability to have. So we're gonna work on that. So I'll try and do this quickly. You gather some wood. Knocking down a couple trees is great. There are different types of trees. These white ones, birch trees, as you can see. My axe is not good enough. Boar. My axe is not good enough to knock those down. See, here's an oak. Axe is not good enough to knock it down, so you do get upgrades. I can knock down these beech trees though. You also see up at the top the durability is going down. Pretty similar to most other games. Let's keep on going. We're going to get it going. We can get ourselves a nice little home going. Oh, watch out for trees. They will hurt you if they fall on you. They also hurt you if they roll on you, so just be extra careful when you're knocking down trees. So let's keep on going. So I should have enough to start building a home after I'm done with these. Yeah. Let's do it. Keep on going. Boom. 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 Alright. We're just going to build ourselves something small nearby. So you can see a grayling over there. That's the weakest version of the gray dwarfs that you'll find. There's several of them. I'm also going to teach you a new ability here that I didn't know about until recently, which is called parry. Let's see if I can do this. Basically, you can block, and as you can see, I take less damage every time he blocks. I'm blocking enough damage that he's not doing anything. Well, there's a parry where, if I time it just right, yep, might not get a chance to do that. Yep. Darn it. Yeah. I don't have enough health to really play around with that yet. Basically, if you block right before the creature hits you, and you do it properly, you'll parry. And I think it's based upon your block skill as well, which is really bad for me right now. You'll actually sometimes you'll knock the creature back. That becomes really important in later game when you're fighting stuff that can easily kill you if you do not block it. So blocking it and doing the parry just makes it a whole lot better. All right, so I don't want to go too far away from this starting area, because those stones will come in handy early on. So this is a pretty good spot. So I need to make a hammer. This is what you're going to use to make your campfire and almost everything that you're going to make. Okay. So I'm going to hit that. So as you can see, it doesn't do anything if you just left click on it. It's mostly for when you're placing stuff. So it's going to give me different things that I can craft. As you can see, not a whole lot I can craft right off the bat. The first things we're going to craft are going to be a campfire. Let's find a little spot for that. A little campfire. And then we're going to craft the spit over it. Okay. And then we're going to add our food to it. Now be careful when adding food. It will burn and turn into coal. So here's another nice little tip. When you're fighting these gray dwarfs or greylings, they are scared of fire. This includes torches. So if you notice, he doesn't really attack me, even if I get in front of him. Which he has a little icon above his head that shows whether or not he sees or doesn't see me. See? So now he was avoiding me. So as soon as I put the torch away, he wanted to kill me. Alright, let's get our meat. It should be cooked. There we go. So this is a really good item early on, is to get some cooked meat. It gives a good buff to health. You'll see it right there. You see how my bar went up? That shows where my maximum health goes. Meat will give you, here's its stats. It gives me an extra 40 health and extra 30 stamina. It lasts for 1200 seconds and gives an extra 2 health points per tick. So you'll see my health is increasing now. So pretty easy, quick basic stuff. So my main tips, I'm going to go ahead and list them for you. My first 10 tips here is, first is comfort. So let me show you comfort. So as you can see, when I'm sitting here, I'm getting comfort. It's up in the top right corner. I can't highlight it because of my stuff here. Comfort gives you rest. Once you get to a certain amount of comfort, you'll get a resting bonus for a certain amount of time. The higher the comfort number, the longer your resting bonus is. See, resting for 8 minutes. Now, what resting does for you is right here. Currently resting, health and stamina regenerate is significantly higher. So while you're resting, you regain your health and your stamina very quickly. When you're rested, which is what that bonus is I just got, it raises my health regeneration and stamina regeneration by quite a bit. 50% and 100%. That can help offset things like rain and other weather effects that can lower it. And that also helps a lot when you're fighting bad guys, because your health will come back faster in between hits if you make mistakes. Alright, so let's get ourselves a little bit more wood. Some of these older logs are nicer to chop away at. I need to get a workbench together pretty soon so I can repair my stuff. And so I can start laying down a foundation. So let's get myself a workbench going. So this is the big key to a lot of the early game stuff, is having a workbench. You'll notice, a little huage in here will come down, tell me different things. You'll notice that now I'm getting a lot of stuff I can build. But when I build something, you'll see a ring, right? Now, the red ring is showing what ring I'll have when I put down this bench. But if I go to building something, like say a floor, I'll see a white ring. This white ring that you see around here, that's the distance that I myself have to be in order to build. Okay, so I can build anywhere within that white ring, and I can go ahead and start putting something together. So I'm just going to put some flooring next to each other. It'll snap together. There's some color coding here. You can see it turning green. Sometimes it'll turn yellow and orange. If it gets to red, that means you're not going to be able to add anything else to that. So I just want to kind of get something small together real fast. See, it turns orange. It's because I don't have any pillars underneath it. So there is support in this game as well. So I just want to kind of get some a little bit of building here together real fast. Just something that I can rest in. Now if you've made a mistake, like say I don't want this to be that big, I can hit the middle mouse key and it tears it apart and gives you pretty much all the resources back you had, or at least close to it. There. So, alright, there's good enough. Now I'll build some walls. Pretty simple stuff. Oh, I don't have enough wood. So I'll have to go get some more wood. Now I can use the workbench to repair some stuff. But you notice that you need a roof for your workbench in order to use it. So, so let me go see about chopping down a little bit more wood. Because once you put something up, you can tear the workbench back down and put it back up. So I'm going to do. Alright. So you definitely want to get comfort together. You want to save berries. That's another top thing to do. Craft a bow and arrow as early as you can, including fire arrows, which hopefully we'll get to learn about soon. Kill the first boss as quickly as you can, which, since it's so close to us, we'll be able to kill him pretty quickly, as you can see here on the map. Next tip I have is fire bad or fire good. So keep your fire going. That helps keep the gray dwarfs from wanting to come after you, especially in the meadows. Once you get into later places, it won't necessarily save you, but early game it definitely helps. So as you can see, he's telling me about being cold, which is a big deficit here. So I haven't suffered from it just quite yet, but because I'm near the fire. But if I go away from the fire, I get cold. So cold lowers health regeneration by 50%, so it basically negates out rested. And then stamina is about 25%. So as you can tell, if I weren't rested, my health regeneration would be quite bad. Alright. So anyway, get fire arrows, get arrows and bow early. Use fire to help prevent gray dwarves from attacking you. Stack chests, which is one thing we'll get to look at, which is basically when you're building chests, you can add little pieces in between them and stack them so you can save space for the other stuff that you have to build. The next is a map. So the map is fun. You can actually put these little icons. If you double click, you put the icon down and you can name it. And the more you zoom in, the easier it is. And hit enter. This way you can tell where you've been or where you need to go. This also means that if you run across something and you're out in the wilderness, like say you find a place where raspberries seem to spawn really easy, you can put a little marker on there and name it raspberries, so that you know where to go to try and farm your raspberries. Or later on when you're hunting gold or hunting, not gold, sorry, when you're hunting copper and iron and things like that, places where you're going to be farming different items, you can notate those. If you find bees or or a hive that you haven't had a chance to get, or you find something that you feel is important, like a dungeon entrance or a troll cave. Um, Mark those things down. Do it as quick as you can. Mark it down. Move along. You can click it once to exit. So, like if you've cleared out a troll cave, or you've cleared out a dungeon, and you don't have to worry about going back there, you can exit if you just want to keep track of where it was but don't get rid of it, or you can right click on it to remove it. Alright, so let's get back to this. So I already told you about the meat, and check old buildings for bees. So you'll run across old buildings and structures. Always check them for bees, because honey is very important in the game. You want to try and get as much honey for mead as you can. Oh, I have my stone axe is broken, so looks like it's down to just trying to get a little bit of wood here. You can punch the small trees to get wood if you need to. And it raises your skill in unarmed, which you probably won't use much of. But you can see my stamina refills pretty fast with the rested trait. If I wasn't rested, which you'll see here soon, you'll see the difference. I'll let my rested buff go away and you'll see. So you can see, just a few seconds and stamina's full. Now I'll wait for rested to go away. Now watch. With that plus the cold. So I'm going to keep on punching until it goes away. Boom, 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 boom. Now you can see how slow my stamina comes back. And when you're in a fight and your stamina's coming back that slow, when you're trying to maneuver and jump and get away, that is just devastating. Okay. Alright. I've got 24 wood, so I'm going to come back here. I'm going to break down my bench. Remember, middle click. I've already built something, so I can do that. And I'm going to rebuild it inside my little house here, so I can get it covered up. Now you don't have to fully cover it up, but you do want to cover it up as much as you can until it starts letting you use it to repair things. So it's kind of dark, kind of hard to see, but I'm going to go ahead and cover that up a little bit, just enough so I can try and go ahead and use it. I'll put a roof. I like the 45-degree angle roofs myself because it feels like you get more room. Okay, roof, roof, roof. Let's see what we got here. Well, let me use it. Nope. Alright, so then we will try then to put a corner in. So let's switch back out, knock it down. 45-degree corner. You can use the mouse scroll button to twist it, so I can see if I'm getting it in the right spot. Boom. Alright. Now let's see. Is it covered up enough? Nope, still too exposed. So let's try adding another wall here. And another piece of roof here. Alright. So where we're at now. There we go. So now you can see it's not fully exposed. Here's the repair button. Repair my stuff up. As you can tell, torches don't get repaired. They just slowly go away. But a torch can be made pretty easy with resin and wood. Resin drops from trees. It also drops almost consistently from killing the gray dwarfs because they're made of wood. They're like wood people. And you will fight those guys a lot. So resin is usually not hard to get. Alright, let's get some more wood finish off our little house so we can get on to figuring out some more stuff to do here. Because this is probably one of the longest things to do before you can get to fun adventuring, is getting your home in order. Now, you will expand, you will go further, you're going to build portals. There's a lot of stuff to do in this game. Hours and hours of entertainment abroad in this game. This is definitely not a survival game that will, that for anybody who enjoys survival games at least, you'll pick up and feel like you're done with it once you've established a home. You get a home, you're safe, and then you pretty much, you feel like you're done. This is not a game like that. Things will raid your home, similar to people who might have played Conan Exiles. Things will raid your home. Things will come after you. You've got bosses. You got things that you got to look for. So it's so far it's well rounded. It's been very well received and doing a great job. So let me go ahead and I'm gonna try and finish off building my little home here. There is a nice degree of realism to the game as well. So like fire, you can't really put fire in a house, at least a small one. You will choke, so you won't be able to do that, and have a campfire just sitting in your home. It won't work. Just something to think about. Let's see. It's kind of hard to see in the dark. And unfortunately, when you have the hammer out, you can't pull your torch out. So, a door in here. Sun's coming up. So let's see if it'll at least let me lay this down, snap it in. I know it's in the middle of the ground, but maybe I'll get lucky here. Nope, it's alright. We'll probably be consistently expanding this home anyway. I just need something to be able to put my bed in. Your bed is your respawn point, so you definitely want to try and get that in early as well. Boom. Boom. I haven't done a house like this one yet. This is going to be a little tough. Discovering new things. Okay, come on. There we go. Just normally I put it in like this. Okay. It's 26 degree. We need 45 degree. All right. Come on. Come on. Come on. Get in there. There we go. Alright, we're getting close. Sorry for the length. It does take a little bit of time getting yourself established. Alright. So basically what we're doing right now is we're trying to prep ourselves to fight the first boss. The first boss is who you need to take down in order to unlock the ability to get a pickaxe. And the pickaxe you need in order to start mining materials to make better armor and gear. We're going to need a bow and arrow because we're going to need to, it helps with a lot of boss fights for one, and two, it's going to help us kill deer. Deer give us the best armor we can get at this current point in time. We can use leather scraps to make basically what I'm wearing right now. You start off the game with a rag tunic. I can make rag leggings with leather scraps. Now, leather scraps are used in other builds, so I'll never... One thing they did do another good job at is never think that an item is going to go out of style. Always hang on to everything you can. See if I can put the torch away. See if I can get my blocking up here. Alright, there was a parry. So you saw how I knocked them back. That was a parry, as they call it. Okay. So, I'm going to take my own advice. I'm going to pop open the map. I'm going to put a little home. I'm going to click on it. I'm going to put them home base. So that way I always know where home is. Alright. So I got some more wood. Let's go ahead and try and finish off our nice little house. Let's see. Come on. Come on. There we go. There. Then on the top we'll put, I guess, one of these. Come on. There we go. Alright. So now we got ourselves a nice little home. Nothing spectacular, but a nice little place to live. Now, let's see. I think we have... Yep. So the little standing torches, I like to keep these. Just kind of a little bit on the perimeter. Help keep those nasty gray dwarves from wanting to just run up on my stuff. Alright, I've used almost all my resin here. Okay. Set this up the way I like it. Okay. So next I need to go ahead and make a chest. So let's show you my next little step here. Make a chest. Normally you would want to put it like this, right? Well, you can actually set it sideways. The game does allow you to do that. Then, this is a trick I discovered online as well. You can put a nice little piece of wood just above it, like so. And then put another chest on top. As you can see now, we have saved quite a bit of space to put some of our stuff and keep it stored. So I'm going to store up some of the things that I'm not going to use right now. I like to keep resin on me, keep a little bit of wood, just because make torches early game, later game not too big. So now you can see that our comfort level has gone up to 3 when I get close to the fire. I don't have to sit down, but as I get close to the fire and I'm inside my home and I'm comfortable, my comfort level has gone up to 3. So now my rested, when it resets at this tick, because I'm in resting, is now 10 minutes instead of 8. So I've gained an extra 2 minutes that my resting buff lasts. So this is why comfort is amazing and something you gotta pay attention to and do your best to keep up. You can raise your comfort by adding more things to your house in the furniture section, as well as some other miscellaneous things. Mostly it's going to be in the furniture. You'll start unlocking more furniture that you can add, and it'll raise your comfort level. I've seen it as high as like 12 or 13, so you can definitely get it pretty high. Alright, so I'm going to repair. Oops. I'm going to repair my axe again. Repairing doesn't seem to cost anything. So, alright. Let's see here. Alright. If anyone wants to feel free to chat, I am watching the chat, so feel free to do that if you want to talk while I'm doing this. So next we're going to need a bed. Let's see, I need a little bit more wood. Okay. Okay, let's go get a little bit more wood. Now I could, if I had a bow and arrow, I could easily take down some of those deer. But for now, it's mostly boar. Oh, I need to eat a little bit of food. That boar hurt a little bit. Doesn't take much to die early game. You will probably die. It's easy to make a mistake and die in this game. But the good thing is, if you pay attention and you get your keep your food up, it doesn't happen as often. Keep that rested buff up. It's a lot easier to stay going. Also, just make sure that that you know where your home point is. Kill some of these graylings for their resin. Be careful, these raspberry bushes. So far there's not really any way to replant raspberry bushes, so be careful to not knock down all your raspberry bushes, or you'll lose an easy way to get a valuable resource. Okay. Alrighty. Alright, let's get our bed in. There we go. Voila. Oh, creepy bird. Okay. Alright, so we claim the bed, and now our spawn point is set. Now, if you're playing in one-player mode, you can sleep, and it'll cause you, or sleep at night. It won't let you do it through the day. But if you sleep at night, you can, oh, bed needs fire nearby. I guess I want to put this in a different spot. Put it here. Okay. Enemies nearby. Basically, you'll respawn there. Also, you can, man, I cannot think today. Anyway, sorry. Got distracted. You'll respawn here. You can sleep when it's nighttime. That way it helps a day go by if you want to try and keep up with going through the days. It's not like 7 Days to Die where it gets harder per day. The only things that might get a little bit harder is the weather gets a little bit tougher, and the raids might get a little bit harder. But that's really about it. So we got ourselves a nice little shack. We got ourselves some rest. I'm going to go wait for my rest bonus to come back to full. I now have comfort 4. Now I've got my bed in here. So rest and relax here for a second. Wait for my rested ability to pop back up. Do 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 do. There it goes. 11 minutes. Nice. Repair up my stuff. Armor does break as well. Drop off a few things in my chests. Doop, doop. I'll put the wood here for now. I'm sure I'll get more later. So now we're getting into a point where I can start hunting things. So far I can only make you can only make a stone axe, club, hammer, and torch really while you're out and about. you're always going to need a workbench. You can sometimes you can toss a workbench down and just cover it up by a couple of different pieces. Um, can I join you? You have Discord. Ah, well, right now I'm probably only going to be on for a little bit longer. I appreciate it though. I do not currently have Discord up though. I did at one point. Let's see. Let me see here. Everybody's interested in playing with, eh? Are you interested in the game, or are you just interested in playing with someone? Oh, what am I doing? I'm killing off bushes. I'm playing with someone. Oh, okay. Well, right now I'm doing just an individual game. Kind of go through some of the top stuff that I've found from the beginning. I've been playing for a little while now. Game wise. Oh yes, the Black Swamp. Oh man. So Black Swamp's tough. Have you been able to? What all have you been able to get, armor wise? Might not necessarily be able to get a chance to play with you, just because I want to try and go through this, but I don't mind talking and helping out. We're past the Black Swamp right now. We finished it up for my main group. The one thing with Black Swamp that's really important to get is making the poison resist mead. Have you been able to pull that off yet? Get some raspberries. Okay. Okay. So you end up. So you're in the different colored grays. You mean like the undead guys? I guess I'm confused because I'm trying to figure out if you're talking about the Black Forest or the swamplands. Not the undead. So you're talking about those? You're talking about the Black Forest, where you? Yeah. All right. Gotcha. All right. So Black Forest. There's tons of them everywhere. It's actually considered pretty early. Oh, okay. Yeah. So the little fortress structures. One thing about them is right now they usually only have a couple small chests in them that have a couple items. Nothing too big to go kill yourself over. The Greylings, the Grey Dwarves, and things like that. One thing I discovered fighting them is craft yourself up some fire arrows for one. They're pretty easy to get. You can kill some Greylings and kill some Grey Dwarfs to get the fire arrows. Those things will help against them, because usually what happens is you get a big horde of them, and since they're scared of fire, if you hit one of them with a fire arrow, they'll catch on fire. Now, it won't spread to others, but it will make them scared of each other. So it kind of spreads them out more, makes them a little bit easier to fight. So all you gotta do is just pop out your bow and arrow, hit them with a fire arrow, and they'll spread out and make it a little bit easier to fight. Also, make sure you're blocking, um, and make sure you keep yourself rested. If you're gonna go into the Black Forest, rest up. Get the rested buff as high as you can, because you'll run out of stamina. Didn't even know they were scared of fire till today. Yeah, it's something, you the game has a lot of different things that are that are hidden, that you just don't catch on to. Um, do you have deer leather armor yet? So that's probably what I'm about to farm, actually. Definitely want deer leather, and a shield. Let's see. So, oh, what am I doing? I don't want to craft that. I want to repair. So, leather scraps. Caught you unaware. Yeah, the tough part for them is, the brutes will definitely mess you up. Um, and of course the shamans, they have a poison. Just make sure to keep spin for the shamans. Just try your best to spin around them, but they're the first thing that you want to kill. Um, if you don't get the shamans killed fast enough, they'll make your life terrible. So I'm gonna make myself a bow, and then I need to get some more wood. Putting these in slots I'm used to. So you'll find that definitely find out that you have to get wood all the time. Let's see. These deer are everywhere, and the deer leather is amazing. So you've gotten deer leather armor. That's good. Um, yeah, make sure you get your deer leather armor. Did you catch the part of the video where I talked about parrying? Have you been able to parry anything yet? Because that's another great trick to help you out in early game. Actually, it's great to have. You'll almost need it when you get to the um, winter areas, because you'll need to learn how to parry and block, or else you'll die. You'll get to a point where things will kill you almost instantly, even with some of the best armor. So you definitely want to make sure you learn how to parry. Dodging is not too big a deal. That just uses too much stamina. You can parry, just the grays overwhelm you. Yeah. Um, yeah, yeah. They can be tough. You might have been, if you were near a keep and you felt like they were overwhelming you, you might have even been near a spawn point. Was it red at all? Because if you see a red area, that red or maybe a green for them, it might be a greenish area. It was almost like a flame, like a flicker of light you can see. You weren't aware of the fire fear? Yeah, fire bad for them. They are scared of fire. Now the brutes aren't as scared as the regulars, and the shamans aren't as scared as the regulars either. So the shamans and the brutes are a little bit more resistant to the fire. Um, on the radar, um, no, it's like a green. I'm just saying, like when you're looking, you can see like it almost looks like a pile, like a almost like its own fire. Oh, okay. Yeah, you don't. Yeah, nothing like that. I'm just saying that when you're walking around, you might see what looks like a pile looks like a tree. It's almost like a burning bush kind of thing. It's a respawn point, so they'll respawn over and over unless you destroy it. So it's just some food for thought on that one. Also, you right click to make blue arrows, if you guys didn't know that, to equip them. So now you can do that. Also, don't forget about sneaking. Left control button lets you sneak. This is good for finding deer. Now, the one thing that is weird is that as soon as you try and fire, you'll you come out of the sneak. So, oh crap, this bow has a terrible arc. It's the early bow. All right, let me go get my rested buff back because it's cold. Yeah, it's not, but yeah, it's not a flickering on the radar. It's just a flickering light. You'll see like a burn. It almost looks like a burning bush. Kind of thing. Now, are you another thing is are you what type of foods are you cooking and eating when you're going out? Because the food that you eat is one big thing. If you're really wanting to try and go out and survive, definitely cook meat, deer meat, boar, berries. Okay, well the deer meat and the boar I think all count as raw meat, but the neck tails, you can cook neck tails and eat that, and it'll stack with the boar meat. And it'll give you a big boost in health. Those are two really easily gotten meats early game that can stack and give you quite a bit of health to survive your encounters. So let's see what I can do here. Try and get a deer. Oh, and I'm used to a better bow that shoots straight and not falling down. Alright, let's see. Oh, hello. Come on. So much easier to do this in the daytime. Okay. Might just go to sleep and try and do this when I can see what I'm doing. And it's not cold, draining my stamina. It's a 1-star deer. The higher star stuff drops more stuff if you didn't know that either. But they're also harder. They have more hit points. They hit harder if they're bad guys. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go rest because this is being a little too annoying. I'm used to a bow that shoots much further and straighter. Okay. Yeah, we got a little bit before the moon goes down. It needs a fire nearby. Okay. My fire's not close enough. See if that's close enough for it. There we go. Let's see. I cooked the deer and boar. I'm having trouble Googling the keep. Yeah, yeah, you really have to aim the crosshairs pretty far up, like way above it, just because the arc on it's so bad. Ah, ooh, stepped in my fire. Never good to step in your own fire. Okay. Yeah, you have to really aim this bow really high up. The second and third bow are far better. Wow. I can't tell if I got it because my bow level increased. Oh, okay, got it. Alright, so I got my deer hide. Gotta work on getting more of that. Oh, you sneaky deer. Oh, my predictions are way off. Man. So bad. Only got 6 arrows left. That is terrible. Alright. Kill some boar, get their meat. Ooh. I do not like the clip plates on this sometimes. Okay, got a boar trophy. Oh, hi. Man, that deer is zigzagging like crazy. I want that 1-star deer though. Ah, come on. I'm not gonna be able to keep up with this thing. Yeah, the axe is a good starter weapon. I tend to stick a lot with the axes. Yeah, it has a great dual purpose, but then of course you're also repairing it a little more often. If you're cutting down wood a lot, but a lot of times when you're using your axe for fighting, you're not going to be using it for chopping down stuff. So you've caught yourself in some water, hopefully not too deep. Oh, I'm gonna get myself killed trying to get your stuff. Alright. Good thing is, if you can just find a rock where you can get some stamina back, you won't die. There we go. Alrighty. Got a whole 3. Some raspberries. But yeah, you definitely want to keep your raspberries and blueberries. Try not to eat them too much, because once you can craft the iron, or not iron, the copper, you can make a pot, and that cooking pot will let you make jelly, which lasts a whole lot longer than either one of the berries on their own, and only takes up 1 slot. Also, you watch the JP player. Notice that they're always running into weight issues. Yeah, there is an item later on in the game called a Megingjord. If you find the merchant, it's like 950 gold. So definitely save your gold if you find it from dungeons and things, because you can buy the Megingjord, which raises your carry weight capacity, not your total slots, but your weight capacity by 150. Little spoiler for you. Now the merchant, he randomly spawns, but he's always in the Black Forest, so maybe you'll get lucky. You can usually tell though, because if you look at the map, you'll see him when you go into the Black Forest. You'll see him pop up when you start getting close. It'll look like a big merchant bag, like a big burlap sack. Yeah, save your gold coins. There's a couple items you can find in crypts like amber and rubies, and I think called amber pearls. They're literally only there to sell to the merchant, so make sure you keep those. Alright, let's see. Get a little more wood while I'm out here. Yeah, the wood is definitely something you'll... the gold is something you'll definitely want to hang on to for now. You might not use it right away. You might not even find the merchant for a long time. Like in the server that me and my friends play in, we have still not found the merchant. But in my main game that I play by myself in, my other main game, I found the merchant really fast, like the second island. So hang on to them coins. Okay. Yeah, so you're talking about you're saying it was a tall tower. So there are stone towers that are scattered throughout the world. Most of them they're similar to the buildings. They're just a small place that's been kind of falling apart. It's like a little stone. It looks like a stone building on the inside. If you get inside them, most of the time, you'll find either skeletons on the inside of them or the dwarf guys. And then from there, usually you'll find a chest that has some stuff in it. There's not a whole lot to them. They don't do anything special. They're not a dungeon or anything. It's really just a place where you're going to find a treasure chest, just like if you came across a broken up house. That's really about it for the stone towers. When you get to the plains, which obviously is much further along down the road, you'll see stone towers, but they're goblin towers, and those are mean. You don't want to run into goblins. It's not a bad idea to fight skeletons because skeletons have a very slow attack. So basically what you'll do to fight a skeleton is you'll stand still, wait for its attack action to start up, step back just a little bit, and they'll miss you. But don't fight 2 or 3 skeleton archers. I don't think it's a goblin tower. Goblin towers are only in the plains, and you'll know when you're in the plains because you'll see death skeetos and all these other nasty things, which shouldn't even be on the starter island. Plains aren't even on the starter islands. You're just going to stand there, dear. I'm going to shoot you. Ooh, nice. I got the deer trophy. I needed that. Yeah, the plains are nasty. They're a biome that you shouldn't be finding until you start sailing. Got to the Black Swamp, or Black Forest via boat, raft. Okay. The starter island that you start on should have 2 or 3 Black Forests. There are multiple Black Forests, of course. So I mean, you'll run across the Black Forest on multiple islands. Let's see. Oh, why am I putting them in my inventory? Supposed to be pulling them out of my inventory. Let's see. How close am I to making my deer armor? Nope. Oh yeah. I don't think I get get that until a little later. Yeah, the raft is slow. One of the best ways that I've known to figure out your island is just find a water source and just um, walk the perimeter of your island the best you can, avoiding everything. So that way you at least know the size of your island. That's something I generally do later on. Guess I want to make some leather pants because I can't make my deer stuff just yet. And right click to put it on. There you go. But yeah, the raft is pretty bad. The other boats are a little bit faster, but just trying to learn how to sail it in the wind and use the paddling, um, or quote unquote paddling, basically one speed, is a little rough. All right, so I'm getting closer and closer to being able to fight the first boss, which I need to do soon so I can get that pick. Start making it to the Black Swamps. Another little starter tip. In the Black Swamps, when you find copper, you can continue to mine downward into the ground and you'll find more copper. It isn't just on the top. See, do I have enough wood? Yeah, I do. Grab that wood there. Put myself. I really need to move this. I keep on walking right into it. A bit here. Didn't fight the main boss still. Yeah, it's not a terrible idea to fight him later. It's not like you have to do it super fast. It's just fighting him early on just helps you grow faster. That's really all it is. Because getting the pick is great. A great item. It really gets you going and getting prepped for that second boss, for fighting the second boss, which is not super hard, but you just need to make sure you bring a bow and arrow and lots of arrows to fight the second boss, because he'll kill you pretty fast if you try and go in melee with him. To be honest, when you're playing solo, going melee is terrible against most of the bosses. At least the 3 bosses that I've fought so far. Spend a lot of time getting a feel for a game. Yeah. I agree. I'm kind of the same way. That's kind of why I'm sharing the way I have, is because I've done this. This is technically like a third game for me. So I've got several hours into the game now. And the third boss, we had to sail halfway across the world to get to. So we've got a lot of experience under our belt. But I think the plains is the next biome that we're supposed to go to, but we're not quite done with the what would be considered the mountain biomes yet. Now, if I want to be more efficient, I could technically cook these things with, like, put down multiple spits and fires and things. I'm not going to worry about that yet. Yeah, and I've got friends who will play. We've been playing pretty regularly, but we always do that. We play quite a bit at the start, and then sometimes my friends kind of fade off. Right now, like I said, I'm trying to do this stream just to teach people some of the early game stuff. So playing with others is not a terrible thing to do. Um, it's just I'm not a consistent. I don't have a consistent stream going right now. If I was more consistent, I probably wouldn't mind playing with others, you know, more often. Just trying to get myself a good amount of food cooked up here, because this will last me a while. Get some more wood, build my shield and my... Ooh. Ah, so close. I need to get some more arrows. One thing you haven't mentioned, or maybe I just missed, is to build a house quick. Yeah, that I think you kind of missed that a little early on, because that was why I built my house early on, is just getting a house, a little mini base, a bed, a fire, you know, a roasting spit, those type of things. Get those set up early on. You definitely need those. Yeah, if you don't have a house, you do end up fighting more and more waves of bad guys, and it can really get on your nerves when you're trying to chop down a tree and you just got a consistent amount of bad guys all over you. And this is another reason why I try and get to the boss faster. For one, the boss gives you that buff, which lets you run faster and makes you use less stamina for running for a certain period of time. And then also, getting that pick gets you the ore you need to get better weapons and mining materials and things like that. So I'm not sitting here plucking away at these things for feels like forever just to get a little bit of wood. Yeah. That's actually pretty rare to see a raid that early in the game without a house. I don't know how long you've been playing, but usually you don't get raided on. One little tip that and this is one of the other reasons why I say that getting the boss early is building a moat. Basically, once you've got your base established, hammer down into the ground and make a circular moat around your house, and this will save your skin more often than not. Because if you make it deep enough, most things don't have a jump mechanic, so they're not going to jump over it, and most flying things aren't in the early parts of the game. So you don't have to worry about something coming after you. The difficult part is you will have to like run and jump over your moat whenever you get back, unless you build a bridge. But if you build a bridge, you give the opportunity to be raided. But it saves you from raids if you build your moat properly to where it's hard for anything to run up it. So use the pick to build yourself a moat in the ground around you. Yeah, walls are great. They have a lot of endurance. But yeah, I would suggest a moat. A moat seems to work the best for me. Alright, let's see. Drop off some wood here. I don't want to keep the wood on me because it weighs quite a bit. I usually like to just keep a little bit on me to build new torches if I need to. And then, actually, let me go and make arrows first, and then I'll worry about getting rid of the wood. Craft myself up some arrows. There we go. 100 arrows aren't too heavy. Alright. So, I also need to make sure to keep an eye out for birds, because I need bird feathers so I can make fire arrows. I believe there are reasons to upgrade the workbench early. It's always just good to upgrade whenever you get a chance for anything. Yeah, if you get a chance to upgrade, always try your best to upgrade. It just gives you more recipes, more things you could do. All right, let's see. So next thing I want to do is okay. Let's see. Oh yeah, I forgot. My biome has this up on a freaking cliffside. Torch broke. I did not bring my wood for some reason. Oh, that works. Okay. Go explore a little bit because there's a couple things nearby. We'll look for bees. I don't see any. Alright. Explore my lands a bit. Also, boar are scared of fire too. If you didn't know. If you just get swarmed by boar for any reason, and you just want them to go away, just pop out the torch. It's always so funny to watch these things run away. Oh, bees, yes. Bees are extremely important. You'll need the fire arrows, will be the best thing to get to take them down afar. Yeah, iron boars don't generally kill you, but if you get attacked by like 4 boars and you don't know, and you're not, paying attention, they can hurt. But they're actually terrified of fire, even more than the graylings are or whatever. They'll just completely run away. You won't even be able to touch them. They're running so fast. You can also tame the boars if you want to. Kind of like the way you do chickens in Minecraft, just a little bit more intricate. You can pin them up. Basically, you scare the boars and make them follow you. Build a pin and get them inside the pin and keep repairing the pin until they calm down, and then toss like different foods in there, usually berries or something like that, and you can tame them. They'll get all happy, and then they'll actually start making little baby boars, and you can actually start. You can have a boar farm. Um, that way you can have multiple boars and not have to worry about hunting them, which is a good way to do it. But I tend to get to the point where I'm ignoring that, so not the best for me. But it's an interesting thing to do. Yeah, you can build a pin, and then you just close it off. You'll obviously you need at least 2 boars, but if you can get 2 boars inside the pin, and just all you have to do is just toss a raspberry inside. Once they're no longer frightened, they'll eat the raspberry. Oh, bird. See if I can hit it from here. Nope, a little bit higher. Boom. Kill the bird for its feathers. Need the feathers for fire arrows. The spears. My friends like the spears a lot early game just because of the reach, but I don't like the spears at all. I don't. I feel like it just doesn't hit well enough. The combo of the axe and the swords and stuff like that. They're just too. They're a lot easier to control. Not a fan of them, of the spears. Man, not a fan of the bow and arrow either, especially this one. Oh yeah, so to finish off my thing with the bees, um, the bees will basically you need to take fire arrows. Is the best way to do it. Shoot down the beehive and you'll get honey. You'll get honey and a queen bee, which will then open up the beehive that you can build at your home. Now the beehive, when you build it at home, won't kill you. Like the beehive will, um, if you find it out in the world. But they produce honey. Is basically what they do. Up to a total of 4 is what it'll hold. And that honey is used to make mead, which gives you your resistances and your buffs later on in the game. So honey and getting bees is very awesome thing to do early game if you can get it. Okay, high up. Boom. I was kind of hoping to find. A black forest. Yeah, and you can do that. Um, I love fire arrows, by the way. I mean, if you can build fire arrows, I still use fire arrows now. They don't do as much damage, but they burn for a certain amount of damage afterwards. So they definitely do more damage than a regular arrow, and they do just a little bit more than a flint arrow. And it gives so many benefits. Being able to hit things with fire and watch it burn. It not only does it slowly burn, but like I said earlier, it helps against the dwarves. They kind of get scared of each other and melt away from each other, and then or at least kind of confuses them. And then it also lights up the area. If you're fighting at night and you hit them with a fire arrow, when it burns, you can see them easier. So it makes it easier to hit your target. I don't know how I missed that. Well, I do know how I missed that, but it still sucks. Oh, in my way. So you're gonna say if I miss. All right. All right. Yeah. I would probably get pretty frustrated with that too. Ooh, I got a necktail. I can kind of show you what I mean by the buff. So as you can see, deer meat and boar meat get just piled together as raw meat, but the necktail does not. So I'm going to show you a little bit once these get done cooking. Technically, if you want to cook something particular, you can put it in one of your slots up here, and then press that button, and it'll cook that item instead of just randomly selecting it. Here we go. So we're going to cook the neck meat. I'm going to show you what I'm talking about on that side. Sitting down next to a fire will at least give you comfort 1, which will give you the comfort bonus to heal faster resting. Another great little tip if you're out somewhere. All right, so you see my health here, obviously. So I'm going to eat my meat. It's going to go up to here. Well, neck tails count as a separate food. You can have up to 3 foods. So now I eat a neck tail, and you see my health can go up pretty high. Oh, sit is the X button. Hit X and sit. It's in the settings. You can set. So if you sit next to a fire, no matter where it is, you'll get comfort 1 as long as it's not raining or cold. And that comfort 1 will allow your health to regenerate faster. So now you can see how much health that. Yeah, no problem. No problem at all. It's what I'm here to do. Try and teach people things while running in circles. Okay. So I got feathers. I got that. Got wood. So now I can probably go ahead and make a few fire arrows. Let's see. I think I have the... Oh, I don't have the recipe for it yet, and I'll have to figure that out later. I know you can get it pretty eventually. I'm trying to remember exactly when you can get it. Yeah, there's not a whole lot of other stuff when it comes to graphics. The one thing I do like to turn off is motion blur. Some people like to turn off bloom to help make it easier to see things. But motion blur just helps keep from having that blur when you turn in like this. It blurs a little more. Not a fan of that. More raspberries. Yeah. Being on the side of a hill is not fun. Alright. Also, if you pay attention to the tree line, you can tell when you're getting close to a black swamp, because a black swamp has pine trees. So, our black forest, I always want to, you got me saying black swamp now. So if you pay attention to the tree line and you start to see pine trees, like pointy trees, then you know you're getting close to a black forest. My target FPS is 60. I do aim for 60 frames a second. Sometimes I don't. Sometimes I don't hit it. Most times I do. I have a pretty decent system. Ooh, mushrooms. And if I wanted to, I could technically stack a mushroom on here. So you can stack up to 3 different foods. They all have different durations. The duration's listed here. Or you can hover over the food and it'll show you its duration. So 1200 seconds for this. Raspberries only have a 600 seconds, so they decay, twice as fast. Let's see. Flint. That's one thing I need. Flint. I think that unlocks some of the stuff I needed. Yeah. There we go. I knew I was missing something early game that I was forgetting about. Flint. 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 Yeah, and I primarily run most of my games at 60 frames a second. My system can handle a higher setting, but I don't have a monitor that can handle 144 hertz. I have an older computer monitor. Actually, it's a TV to be honest, but so I just run at 60. Which is nice for games like this, but when I'm playing Apex Legends, when I'm normally playing that, because that tends to be what I play a lot of, um, it's not the best. It's good. I can still do pretty well with it, but it could definitely be better with 144. There. Yeah, the FPS counter does help. Most of my issues that I run across with in lag these days is primarily due to internet lag, if I have anything. Where I live at, the internet has certain times of day where it likes to drop. Let's see. See if I can remember what I need to fight this boss. Yeah. Okay. Okay. I believe I have to use the deer trophies. You tether to your phone? Yeah, some people do. Some people like tethering to their phone. I know several people who do that, who tether. We have Spectrum Internet, which it's good, it's fast, but it just gives me It likes to give me problems. Just dropping randomly at times. There's an old house. Let's go see what we got in there. No bees, no chest. Okay. Definitely an interesting biome this time. Dandelion. Don't run across a use for those until later. Found plenty of raspberries though. Yeah, I've done a lot of stupid things, and like every day, like stupid things. And right now I'm trying to remember um, what I need to do to freaking get my deer leather together. Have to get an upgrade. I believe that's what I have to do first. Anyway, go ahead and shoot this deer, hopefully, and actually hit it. Got it. Getting there. Alright. Let's see if I can get back and get something together here. To my home. Straight. Now, I'm getting pretty good at the bow. But, as I've stated before, there's a lot of... oh, yeah, that's right. Giant mountain. When you're playing solo, the bow is probably one of the best things to have. Because, you know, just trying to stay at a range is great. Skeletons that have a bow are evil and will hit you for massive amounts of damage if you get too close because their aim is insane. So if you haven't figured out how to use the bow, definitely work on it because some of the bad guys you encounter are just way too hard to not fight them otherwise. Ready for it? All right. Yeah, if you didn't know, you can kind of run up cliff sides, just save the stamina. For multiple skeletons, just take out the one with the bow, and the rest becomes cakewalk. What I've discovered is the best way to do, obviously, try your best to never travel into the Black Forest without having the resting bonus. Try to avoid water because the wet debuff gives you another debuff. So if it's cold and wet outside, it destroys you. And then so try and do both of those things. That's always extremely helpful. And then your best bet is to see if you can find a way to sneak up on it. One thing that I usually do with skeletons is I try and like get them to follow me close to a set of trees like this or something, and try and rush around and hit the skeleton with the bow, and just keep running in circles around them until I can knock down the skeleton with the bow. Then once I do that, it's just getting the other skeletons to follow me go through their swing sequence and slowly chop away at one until it's dead, and then once you get it one on one, you're pretty well set. All right, let's see. I need to. Nope. Chopping block. See, I need a little bit more wood. I should have that in here. I think that's what I needed to in order to get what I want here. I just ran through the fire again. If you notice the little line going here, that shows that you're within range of your workshop item. So you don't always have to put your upgrades inside your house. If you see the little kind of like stars, it'll still give you the upgrade. Alright, so now I can make what I've been aiming to make the whole time, is my leather. There we go. Okay. And there's my fire arrows. So I had to get flint. Yeah. Alright. Leather tunic. Leather pants. I'll have to get a little bit more to get my leather helmet. If you're wanting to be efficient, having multiple campfires is never a big deal. It's always you can have as much as you want. Embellishing your home is one of the great things about this game. Make it as big as you want, make it as small as you want. Now, once you start making things bigger, it does get harder. I don't know if you know this or not, but as you add things, colors happen. So like here, let's see how it's green. That means I can add stuff to it. If it starts turning yellow, blue means it's on a ground floor. If I'm laying something down and I'm getting ready to lay something next to it and it turns yellow, that means that it doesn't have as much stability. And then once you lay something and it's orange, that means it's getting worse. And then when it's red, if you add anything else on top of it, it'll fall down. So, and I don't really have the resources to show you that right now, but like if I were to build just straight up, try and make a big tall tower going straight up, it'll eventually get too tall and the pieces will just crumble off. So they definitely made it to where it's not like Minecraft where you can just build a tower up to the sky. You have to build, that's the reason for the beams and the things like that, is to add stability to what you're building. Yeah. When you're in the beginning, you're building a single-story house, but once you're getting more upgrades and getting more things, and you want to embellish your house a little bit, you'll find new things to build. All right. Oh yeah, let me repair my stuff here. So, getting ahead of myself. Need that and fire arrows. At least make one stack of that. Drop off my other stuff. Keep my meat in there for now. Okay. Now let's get myself. Need my flint axe as well, so I need to go get some more flint. I also need to get the stuff I need for shield. Yes, foraging for rocks can be a pain in the butt if you need them. But whenever you're going after your copper and things like that, you get so many rocks, you just want to keep throwing them away. Right now, I need a forge for flint. Now, flint is only found on the floor of the water. Near water sources. You can't actually mine for it right now. You kill those to get some more of that. Oh, I'm feeling cold. Cold and wet is not a good combo for stamina. Even rested. Let's see. Spent a lot of the early game looking for rocks with mostly little success. Yeah. Rocks are kind of hard to find at times, especially when you're looking for them. I find that they tend to show up a lot more around, like here, around edges of the water, where you're trying to find flint. You tend to find a lot more stone to pick up. So. Let's see. Probably should go back and sleep. Yeah, I think I will. Because this is going to be hard to find flint like this. If you do get the wet debuff, if you plop down a fire real fast and sit at it, it goes away quicker. Another little thing. Oh, the knife. The only thing that's special about the knife is if you want to play a sneaky player, to where you're working on your sneak skill. Because if you sneak up on something, the first hit you do does sneak attack damage. So, like, for example, you'll see it on the weapon. So, see how the axe says backstab 3x? I think the knife is 4x. Or maybe even higher than that. So it does more damage when you sneak up on something. I think the bow is also 3x. So if you sneak up on something and it doesn't see you, the first attack you get on it does backstab damage. As long as you're behind it, obviously. It's really useful for trolls. When you start fighting trolls a little bit later on to get their hide, they that sneak attack damage, especially with the bow, is really nice to get a big hit off. Sneaking for me is not been a big thing. Just because, like I said earlier, when you're sneaking, it's not like in Skyrim or anything like that where you sneak and then you can attack while sneaking. As soon as you attack or pull out your bow to start aiming, you come out of sneak. And so it really is a little bit harder of a mechanic to get down. It can be worthwhile if you are that type of player, and you're able to master that. But otherwise, it's not stupendous. Go ahead and sleep and make it next day. If you play with multiple players, they all have to lay in their bed and go to sleep in order for it to be the next day. So one benefit to being solo. All right. Get that morning going off here. Let's go find that flint. Um, if at any point you feel like your biome is just terrible or you don't like your world, um, you can put all your stuff on your character. It will follow you between worlds. So like if I were to quit right now and join another world, I would have all of this stuff when I join. Now, if you leave it over there, it will be gone. But that is one benefit if you feel like your biome is just too hard, or like for me, if I'm like, I just can't stand this mountain being here every time, having to climb up it, I could start a new world and just keep my character. I would just lose everything I built and is left here, but anything that I have on me stays with me. Um, well, when you have a weapon, you can sneak up with it. As you can see, I'm still sneaking. And then when you swing, it still keeps in sneak. It's just with the bow and arrow, it pulls you out of sneak when you aim. It's weird. Also, when you're sneaking, you'll see it uses stamina when you walk and sneak. So you gotta make sure you got plenty of stamina as well. Some more necks for their tails. Some more greylings for their other stuff. Oh yeah. That resin is really helpful for fire arrows. You deleted your previous world? Yeah. Um, there's actually a loophole that you can kind of play if you have multiple players / servers. Is that iron and things like that, metals, you can't take through a portal. Ooh, I must be getting ready to go into a black forest. Because here's a copper deposit. Oh, didn't mean to do that. Meant to be a dot. Save that for later. Yep, I know. So here's a black forest. Oh, so waymark. All you gotta do is just open up the map. You have your selection of icon on the right here. So choose whatever icon you want. Double click, and it'll put it down, and then you can name it whatever you want. You can right click on it to delete it. And then you can single click on it to X something. So like if I mined all this copper, or I mined some of it, like the top layer of it or something, or I just wanted to set something to where I'm like, well, don't go back and get that copper, but I want to remember kind of where that was, you can exit out. So hold on just a second. I gotta go AFK for just a minute. Hopefully nothing kills me. Okay, I'm back. Yeah, the way markers are extremely useful. So, I don't have to worry too much about being in Black Forest, but... Oh, right now stamina. Oh, he got me. Okay. Okay. Alright. Yeah, once there gets to be more than two, it does get a little bit tougher. Especially if one of them is a shaman. Because he'll heal them. Make it even worse on you. Let's see. Oh, look, there's 10 here, too. Good. There's more flint. Yeah, sometimes they you probably didn't notice it right off the bat, but like they were both together, and when I hit the first one with the fire arrow, they kind of spread apart from each other. They will come back. They will kind of rally together, but they the Greylings are completely scared of fire. They'll run away from it. The Grey Dwarves are mostly scared of fire. They'll avoid it, but they'll start throwing things at you, which the Greylings won't. So they're a little less scared of the fire, but the fire arrows do help. They make themselves spread out a little more. That's why I tend to use them. Now, if I was using a torch instead of just holding the axe by itself, they would have evaded a little more. See, I'm back in the meadows now. Mostly just trying to find some flint. Yep. Find more raspberries. Why not? This mountainside is definitely annoying. Not my favorite thing about this biome so far. Yeah, you can still block. It's just the block is not as good. The blocking, even with the torch in the offhand, it still uses your axe's block. So you can see I can block. Let's see if I'm swimming. I can't, of course. Another nice little combo or key thing to pay attention to is R. R will bring out your weapons and stow them. So he's not coming up for me, so I'll just keep on moving then. This being wet is making my stamina refill way too slow. Yep. Yeah, and no problem. Thanks for coming in and hanging out. I'll probably be getting off here soon. I was kind of hoping to get to the boss a little bit faster, but I'll probably be getting off here soon anyway. But have a good one. Thanks for coming. Make some more fire arrows. Did I put the wood away? Why did I keep doing that? Oh, I don't have enough wood there. Put that there. There we go. So I'll have to go build another chest. Let's try to take down this deer. Boom. You gotta pick up that deer hide. Once I get a shield, I'll feel confident enough to fight the boss, I think. That my helmet. I see some more deer over there. Wait for it. Okay. Need that resin too. Okay. Need a little bit more resin to build my shield. Wasting my fire arrows. Oh dear. Alright. Hopefully I can get to fight this boss for you guys so you can see it before I get off. Almost there. Once I get my helmet made and my once I get my helmet made and my shield, I'll feel a little more confident fighting him. Where are those annoying things at? Where are Greylings at? Okay, hopefully it's enough deer hide for now. I think I saw another one here somewhere. Yeah, there it is. Oh. Ooh, I need you. Okay, yeah. If I beat down these little beech trees, sometimes I'll get resin from them too. There we go. That'll help. I think I got enough. Let's head back and wrap this up. Wrap this video up. Kind of wanted to show you guys what it's like getting together to prepare for the boss. Now, obviously, you guys can learn from my mistake of forgetting to get flint early, so that I can make a flint axe and get prepared to fight this boss better. So unfortunately I haven't gathered too many mushrooms, which is what I generally use instead of raspberries. But I've gathered enough raspberries, I'll feel confident in being able to go ahead and use those. Okay. So this should be enough for that. All right. So, yeah. Oh, I need my leather scrap. Need more leather scraps here. There we go. Now, let's see. Should be able to build everything I want. Leather helmet. first. That's done. Let's go ahead and equip that. Wood shield. It's done. Flint axe. Okay. So that's better. So we'll take the necktails and cook those up. I need the deer trophy. Now I can't remember if I need multiple deer trophies or just one deer trophy. I feel like I need 3 deer trophy, which isn't good. But we'll see. Okay, so I do have a mushroom. That's good. Okay, let's go. I don't think I'm gonna be able to fight the boss yet. I think I need 3 deer head trophies, but I'm not positive. Let's go ahead and cook up some food though. Those necktails. Alright. Jamal. Cook them up, cook 'em. Alright. Now let's go see how many of these things. Oh, actually, I'm gonna go sleep first. Do this during the day. Go see how much I need to do. Alright. Keep an eye out for any deer. So here's a shield. Boom, parry. Dead. Loves it. That's why I like a shield. Okay. So we're gonna go down the hill and up the hill. Okay. You do run faster without your weapons out. Ouch. You also die faster falling down. Ooh. Oh, got a deer trophy. That's one of the things I was looking for. You can stay in there grayling for all I care. Okay. I think I need 3 deer trophies in order to spawn him. can hear the deer. Their little whoop whoop. There it is. Water is definitely helping as a trap for the deer. Okay, well, let me get over here and see how many I need. If I need more, I'll go after it. I don't want to get too far away from this widespread water because drowning in it. Punch that one to death. I don't even care. Alright, let's see. Let's see how many I need to offer. Alright. Go ahead and get prepared just in case. Because none of the bosses are necessarily easy. He's just the easiest one. Okay, here we go. Alright, only took all two, but here we go. Now you guys will get to see the boss. Ouch. Whew. So as you can see, he is not easy by any means necessary. AoE, big booms, shoots big booms. But having that rested ability is definitely good for heals. And the fire hurts him. Now, let's see if I can block any of this nonsense. So I was able to block. So, shield good. So, just make sure you're blocking. But with a full deer leather armor, he's not really doing a whole lot of damage to me. And I'm blocking all that. So make sure you're keeping plenty of stamina up for the blocks. And down he goes. Pretty simple boss. So, make sure you got plenty of space. Get all the stuff. So he gives you 3 hard antlers and the trophy. Now, the trophy, which I'm sure the bird will tell me nicely, is to take it to these stone pillar thingies and to show them what you have done. So now we go into phase 2 of the beginning. And that is, now we get to go to the Black Forest more often. We're going to be looking for we're going to be looking for ores, tin ore, and the copper ore, and we'll be mixing those two things together to make bronze ore, which is what we'll use to make our next set of armor. Now, there is another set in between there that we might run across, because we'll run across trolls, and trolls drop leather that you can turn into troll hide armor, which is actually very good. Not as strong as the bronze armor. The bronze armor gives better damage reduction, but it slows you down quite a bit. This is when you'll start learning that the better armors of the game start to slow you down. So, all right. So I want to drop off a couple things just to empty out my inventory a bit. Okay. So you can see I can make an antler pickaxe. I don't know if I have enough wood for that. I do. Okay. So this is what we're going to be using to mine our mine out our gear. I'm going to go ahead and make another chest. Oh, my fire's done gone out. Let's go refill that. Alright. I'm going to come straight back here because I'm going to be turning off the stream. But I want you guys to see how quickly you can kind of get together and fight the main boss. I could have done it faster, but I completely forgot about the flint, and then of course I wanted to be able to talk to you guys if you got on while I was going through this, so I was able to stop and kind of give you a more later on hints for you guys, answer a few questions. So So we're going to move on. So now what I get to do is I got to find the one that looks like the deer. Here we are. So now I get to activate its power. So you can only have one power activated at a time. As you can see, there's other bosses. Total of 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 so far. Yeah, your next target dwells in the Black Forest. Go there, explore the lands, and uncover the lost treasures and resources. So there you go. So first boss down. As you saw, once I got the deer leather armor and a shield, he was not too hard to take down. The next boss will not go down quite as easy. He hits quite a bit harder. Iron armor or bronze armor is definitely a good recommendation. Now, the next thing is, since we're going to the Black Forest, and we're not too far from a little Black Forest ourselves, as you can see, I'm going to go over there and mine some copper and some ore and bring it back and forth so that I can start mining some stuff up. I'll probably make my home a little bit bigger. And in the Black Forest, I will run across dungeons, which will introduce Surtling cores, which is what you'll use to make portals. So hopefully we'll survive long enough to pull all that stuff off. Anyway, it's been fun, guys. I appreciate you coming and hanging out on the stream. If you like what you saw, please leave a comment, a like. I hope to do another live stream soon. Maybe tomorrow night if I can, or the following night. I also kind of hope to sum up some of this stuff into a shorter video of tips and tricks. I'm working on one set already of the top 10, which I've kind of covered of early game tips. There's actually probably more like top 20, just because there's so many hints that you can learn in this game to really accelerate your abilities and be able to get you going quicker. You saw what I did. It took me a couple hours to do all of this when I probably could have gotten it done in about an hour and a half with just straight going through it. Now that you know what to get, what to grab, what to craft, how to improve yourself and get yourself in a good position, now it's just going through the Black Forest, getting all the resources there, crafting up some good gear, and then moving on to the next biome, which will be the swamp. The swamp will basically, you'll do the same thing, explore it, get its resources, improve yourself, move on to the next biome. And that's kind of the way that the game works. It's very tiered, which is what makes this different, I think, than some other survival games. Other survival games, there's tiers, but it's more like you get to a certain tier and then everything is so much easier. In this game, as you tier up, there's still a lot of challenges. The bosses are hard, get a lot harder. You need to find ways to counteract some of their abilities, ways to counteract the environment, ways to protect your home. So they've done a really good job at making this a really intricate game and a fun game to do. So I'm really excited. It's in pre-alpha, you can tell, but it's getting better and better every day. So anyway, guys, thanks again. I will catch you guys later.